Live. The drop-in is live.
Yeah.
But we're not on Spotify yet, or not on audio only. So good evening, everyone. Good to see you. When do you want to go live?
Right on time. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
All right. Here we go.
Press
Yep.
button.
All right.
Let's do this in 3, 2.
Live. The drop-in is live from Rising Phoenix Studios in Salinas, California.
Yeah.
Brought to you by
Derek's. Are we going with Derek's Designs?
Yeah, we'll do Derek's. Yep.
Going Derek's Designs today. Brought to you by Derek's Designs. I'm wearing Derek's Designs design.
As am I on my head
right now. Yeah. Yeah. Derek's Designs at dereksdesigns.com. He's been helping us with the merch, and on top of that, he has a whole website of really, really cool stuff to check out. I'm not going to say endless, but there is a lot of different options. And again, not just Monterey Bay, or not just the drop-in, actually. We're custom there, not just the drop-in, but also Premier League. The NFL still has
NFL. Yep. There's all NHL.
Check it out.
You know, if you're a Wrexham fan, there's Wrexham stuff. You know, there's all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah,
I put the QR code up there. So there's Derek. Speaking of,
yeah.
And producer Mary says hello and happy birthday, Oz. I forgot to hit go live over here on the Instagram so that we get the comments. So hold on. All right. Now we'll start seeing. I'll say evening, everyone. So, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, and Derek says happy birthday, Wizard of Oz. So there you are.
Thank you, everybody.
So yeah,
celebrated my birthday yesterday, and we are here.
So back in the studio after a 3,100-mile road trip from Long Branch, New Jersey, across the state of Pennsylvania, across Ohio, across Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, the state of Nebraska, all of Wyoming, the top square part of Utah, across Nevada, and then down. We crossed Nevada at Reno /Sparks /Truckee to the north shore of Lake Tahoe, and then down 80 through Sacramento, and then all the way down into down 680, and then into the Monterey Bay.
Did you pick up provisions in Laramie, Wyoming?
We did not.
And you didn't.
We drove through Laramie. We did drive through Laramie, but we did not.
Very Oregon Trail-y of you.
We were very Oregon Trail, and of course,
you had to ford some rivers.
Of course, being on 80. Of course, you go over Donner Pass, which also kind of screws with your mind too. So, but yeah, going through Reno, going through Truckee, going through all of that. So
when you're going over Donner Pass, because it was like in December when they got stuck there, right?
Yeah, in the snow.
It's like what when you're going through. Why? Like what? Obviously, they didn't know. They didn't know, but you're going like, why would you even try to go over this with their snow?
They didn't know, so that was the thing. I mean, they're trying to get to the other. You know, they didn't know they were going over the mountain to get to the, you know, they're trying to get over there. So over there. Anyway, Jen says, happy birthday, Oz. Mochi Bear 3000 says, happy birthday, Oz.
That's got to be Annie, right?
I believe so. Yeah. And then a belated Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of our footy moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day to her.
Happy Mother's Day to Nikki Ford. Happy birthday to Carla Hall, the TV chef. Happy birthday to Nick Skropos of Roger Klein and the Peacemakers.
Sabrina Carpenter.
There you go.
We're gonna meet one day. Well, that sounded kind of creepy. I'm sorry. Take that back.
And Derek said on our road trip that nobody died of dysentery. No. Yes, indeed, that is a true statement. So, but yeah, Dad and the 19-year-old college student had quite the adventure. So yeah, thankfully we made it from sea to shining sea without killing each other. Yeah, that was fun.
Literally again, Donner Pass.
No, but it was fun because when we pulled out of the parking lot at her college operated apartment complex, you know, she took video of us pulling out of the parking lot, and there's the Atlantic to our right, you know. And then as we got home, we got off and went over by Marina State Beach, and then she was able to take video of there's the Pacific. So we
left where it should be.
We had to bookend. So there you go. Esther says happy birthday, Oz. So Palma Girls Soccer joined over on Instagram. Hi, Palma Girls Soccer. Raphael also joined over on Instagram. So
that reminds me, Palma Girls Soccer actually kind of reminded me. Anyone that is listening, we still have the scholarship is still up until what was it, June 21st, I believe. June something, sometime in June. The Fuerza Union footy for the 831 footy scholarship, $1,000 for a high school senior that is going. I'm wondering now, because now that the Sirens are playing, I'm like, dude, all these women are in college as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could switch it up and say, hey, well, if you guys are still going to college, you guys can apply as well. I was just looking at the roster and dude, it's like date of birth, 2009, 2008, 2009. This is wrong. This is wrong.
They are considerably younger than us,
and
and you were reminded of that yesterday when you celebrated your birthday.
Yeah, it's anyway, so I'd like to remind anybody that is affiliated, associated, or knows anybody that is playing high school soccer in the 831 to go and apply for that scholarship. It's a super cool thing I think we're doing, and
we need to we have to remind everybody where the URL is for that.
Yeah, we got to make. We'll make a QR code, right, that we could like put up here.
Yep. We should do that.
It's on bold.org. If you go again to the Fuerza Union Instagram page, the link is there. But yes, we will make a QR code to make it simpler for everybody.
I'll put a link to it on the Drop-In Instagram page, and on the Drop-In, we'll put it on the Drop-In homepage on YouTube as well. So, and then just a reminder, 10% of every merchandise purchase from Derek'sDesigns.com also feeds that scholarship fund, and every purchase of Derek's Designs merch from the Drop-In also plants a tree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
twofold.
It's a great cause all around. Support the show, support your community, and support Derek
and reducing your carbon footprint and supporting our good friend Derek.
Yeah, so one of the three things that we're supposed to do.
One of these things is doing their own thing. All right. So, so besides driving across the country, our last episode, we were in Ohio. Now we're back in the studio.
You were so high.
It was a fun episode. That was cool. So since then, the Monterey Bay men's team traveled to Lexington to play Lexington, their first skirmish against Lexington in this season. And then the next night, we had an inaugural, that's hard to say, an inaugural match for the Monterey Bay Sirens, the women's team for Monterey Bay, at Cardinale Stadium. So let's talk about the men's team and their game against Lexington on Saturday or Friday night. Let's do that first.
Yeah, again, did not go very well, and
unfortunately,
3-1 loss. Before we get into it, though, Fernando Delgado is up for save of the week.
Oh yeah,
so go make sure you go on uslchampionship.com.
Belmar Joseph is in the house. Belmar Joseph is in the house over on Instagram. Good evening, Belmar.
So, like I was saying, the greatest signing we've ever made is Belmar Joseph, and these are three reasons why. Not just, but yeah, Fernando Delgado up for save of the week. Go to uslchampionship.com. Vote. I mean, it was 3-1, but it could have been worse if we're not for the work of Fernando Delgado. And speaking of save of the week, did you see who is the player of the month?
Player of the month. Former Monterey Bay keeper, current Riverhound in Pittsburgh, Nick Campazano is the USL Championship Player of the Month.
Wow. Yeah.
Well deserved, my friend. If you're watching, well deserved. If you've seen it, wasn't he Player of the Week or Save of the Week like 3 times in the last month as well? I mean, he's been turning on the Jets over there. So let's talk about the game in Lexington. Ellie and I pulled into the driveway from the long cross country trip at like 4:15 in the afternoon, and I went inside. Ellie went somewhere with Parker immediately as soon as we got home, and I went and sat down on the couch and I turned on the game and watched the first half, and tuned in as much as I could. And I'm going to be honest, and I fell asleep for the second half, so I missed things. But the first half was what do you got? Where do we want to go with the first half? Because it was a hard watch.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and Covello's still tweaking things. He had Nico Gordon on the right, all the way on the right. I don't know if you saw that.
Playing right back, because he had. When I saw the lineup, obviously USL or ESPN2 or ESPN Plus put Stu Ritchie out on the right hand side, and they had Farnsworth playing on the left hand side, and I was like, that's not right. And then when the half started, we had Stu Ritchie all the way over on the left and Farnsworth inside. So I was like, okay, so Farnsworth is the left-sided center back. Kelsey Egu is the right-sided center back. Does that mean that Nico Gordon is the right back? I was trying to figure out what the formation was. It kind of almost looked like they were playing three at the back, and that Stu Ritchie was the right back or the left wing back, and I couldn't figure out who was the right wing back. So like you said, Covello, this is only his second game in charge. I think he's still feeling out what are his charges all about. He's got a roster that he's familiarizing himself with. He is trying to figure out where. I'm sure he's looked at a lot of game tape, from the previous games in the season. I think he's trying to figure out where best to play people. He's got a talented roster. He's just trying to figure out where best to play folks. He's got. I saw Rebelliard wasn't on the bench, but he was dressed in street clothes and was on the bench. He was there. He traveled, but he was on the sideline, gesticulating. So I don't know. Was he giving directions? I was kind of confused. So.
It is cool to see Covello there again. Like I said, I'm just such a big stat nerd. To see Covello there with his whiteboard, and the magnets, and he's obviously that I don't know. This is obvious. This is me talking out of class here, but that in itself might be just how little time he has to get it going. He's literally doing his thinking on the fly.
Yeah.
So he has the whiteboard on there. So he's still and obviously the style has changed so much. This is back-to-back matches where we have over 50% possession.
Yep.
The passing, oh my God, they're almost 500 passes this match. So they're playing a different style.
Yes.
It's not work. I think
Jordan was very much a counter-attacking team. Frank Yellett before him was also a counter-attacking team. We're almost willing to give up possession in order to get more to break fast and counterattack and steal the ball, run hard at the net and score fast. It looks like Coach Covello is more possession based, wants more of the ball in order to control where the ball is going, who's got ball, and work the ball upfield. Is that fair? I mean, like you said, 500 passes. I can't remember the last time we had 500 passes.
Exactly. Yeah. And but the thing, it's still, we had 11 shots, 2 on goal. That is still the thing that the cloud that's been hanging over this team since last season is they can't figure out how to get the ball into the net.
Yeah.
So again, the 11 shots, 2 on goal, and it's just how do you strategize for that? I guess I don't know how you're getting the opportunities, but if the guys can't get it on frame, what can Covello really do? And that's where maybe again, I'm not saying that it's time to do that, but then starts like, all right, well, I have everything else but a goal scorer, so now let's figure that out. Or whatever.
But we know we've got guys inside that can score goals.
Oh heck,
we've got Elijah Paul, we've got Wesley Leggett, we've got Leggett got his first goal. and we've seen him play with the national team. We've seen him play elsewhere in the league, not in our league, but in MLS. We know he can put ball on frame. It's just like we said, we have what we've seen so far this season, not under Cavello, but what we saw coming at the start of the season, what we saw a lot of last season was trying to dribble the ball into the net. Just walk it into the 18 and hope that it's a tap in, and we're not taking shots from distance. So we're hoping that we'll see a little bit more about that. What other stats would you like to talk about?
Right. I mean, that's to me are those are the big ones, and because I that's really all it's hard to talk because it's just like we just started the season all over again. It's like the first 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know what Cavello's. I mean, it'd be nice to get him on the show and talk to him and ask him directly, hey, what would you want?
Yep.
But
well, maybe we'll get that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And so but yeah, like I said, I am enjoying. I'm like bouncing around now. We need to score goals. That's the stat. That's the stat that I want to talk about. Yeah, like I said, I this is going to be a good week. Because dude, next thing you know, we're back to playing Tulsa and Sacramento again.
Yeah.
And
in quick succession.
Yeah. So it's got to be figured out. Yes, we have a Jacksonville coming up. Yes, we have Loudoun and Birmingham, which so it is an easier part of the schedule coming up, but it needs to be figured out. And again, this weekend, having the Prinks Tires Cup, playing Boise. It's no disrespect to Boise, but it's just, even if you lose 10-0 to Boise, it doesn't affect the schedule, and it allows you to tinker more with the lineup.
This may be an opportunity, right, to kind of play with a formation, play with a new lineup, go out there and tinker with it, like you said. And it's a USL 1 team. But that's not, like you said, no disrespect to Boise. I mean, they're going to put their strongest team out there because they're playing a championship team.
They tied with Las Vegas Lights
there you go.
Or the match. So again, this is a team,
this is a team that knows how to play. So,
yeah.
And they're going to be playing at home. They're going to want to put on a show for their home fans. So, but no, and again, it's yet another opportunity for Cavello to work with his team. He's been working all this week in training. I know it's only Tuesday, but they'll travel. I think they'll travel Thursday to get there in Boise. It was cold. I will tell you, it's cold in the Midwest right now.
Oh,
it was
ill.
It was in the 40s when we were driving across Nebraska. So it's cold, and then you get up at it was really weird. It was in Wyoming. It was in the 40s, but then you get into the high desert of Utah, and it was like 73. So, it's weird.
That is strange. The video,
hey, Owen.
The video with what looked like snow, it was snow-covered ground, right? With windmills.
Yes.
Where was that?
That was in Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
Just as we entered Wyoming. But yeah, there was still snow on the ground because they had gotten a big snowstorm earlier, late last week, and there was still snow on the ground. So yep.
So yeah, anyway, let's talk a little bit more. Again, this weekend, like we were saying, is round 2 of the Prinks Tire Cup.
Oz is still looking for free tires.
Yes, and yeah, it's getting time too. So anyway, MBFC tied for second place in Group 1 with Boise, because like I said, Boise has this. Wait, that means they won. So that not only did they try Las Vegas, they won on penalties because they got
2 points, and
we're the extra point,
and then we're tied with them. So there you
go. So again, by virtue of Monterey Bay FC beating Oakland on penalty, it was Oakland, right?
It was
Oakland on penalties. We also add 2 points. Sacramento Republic leads the group there, and they actually play Oakland Roots on Saturday.
Ooh, that'll be an exciting one.
So yeah, so go Roots for that match. And again, if you go in and the Roots beat Sacramento and you go and beat Boise, all of a sudden you're leading your group here. And
Monster Verde over on Instagram is saying that there was a former Monterey Bay keeper reunion this past weekend when Detroit City and Hartford played each other. So Carlos Herrera was in the net for Detroit, and Anthony Siaha was in the net for Hartford, obviously. So
the 831 Cup.
Yep, the 831 Cup. There you go.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
I have to go look and see what that result was. But yeah. So so Monterey Bay men's traveling this weekend to Boise to play in the Prinks Tire Cup, second game of the Prinks Tire Cup. I think I'm trying to remember who else we play. We're going to play El Paso. El Paso, of course, big news today. They announced that Cristo Fernandez is a new signing for them. If you're not familiar with him, that he played Danny Rojas on Ted Lasso. He has signed a contract with El Paso, so I have a feeling we'll see football is life in Cardinale Stadium coming up June 20th, I think. But we'll play El Paso. I think we play Sacramento Republic also again still to come. So we'll play them again in the Prinks Tire Cup. So more games to come there. But yeah, heading off to Boise. Game kickoff for us in Boise. It'll be 7:00. For us, it'll be 6 p.m. So I have yet to. I think we'll do a watch party at the Brass Tap. 6 p.m. kickoff there. What about you at XL?
Yeah, they're actually they open at 6, so I'll be there. Yeah,
conveniently. Colin says he's conveniently touring the Seaside for his book tour next month too.
Cristo.
Interesting.
Oh,
I'll have to look that one up, Colin. If you got a link to that date, send it over.
I thought Colin was going on a book tour.
Colin's going on a book tour.
Look at that.
I want to know what the book is.
Yeah.
Hey, Joey. Joey just joined over on Instagram.
And it will be, again, if you can't make it to the watch parties, it will be streaming on ESPN Plus.
Yep.
Like the other
Prinks Tire Co. Cup. God, that's such a mouthful to say. It was so much easier last year. It was the Jägermeister Cup. So.
And it was fun. And how is it more fun? It's just because of the name, it changed.
It's just awkward to say Prinks Tire Co. Cup.
How to hide your tears at a bar.
Nice. How to hide your tears at the bar. By Colin.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So again, another chance to see the men perform this weekend. Watch parties at both the Brass Tap and Marina and XL Public House here over in Salinas. Yeah. 6 p.m. kickoff. So we'll start setting up at 5 p.m. in both places. So come early, come have dinner with us and join us for some pre-game libations and enjoy the game with us.
And we got the Ethernet cable directly to the TV,
so no lagging for you.
So if it lags, it's on ESPN Plus. We blame them.
That's the same lag you experienced at XL Public House. We experienced at Marina. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then on Saturday, pretty excited. It was actually. Anyway, well, I'll talk about it right now. But Saturday, we were all excited because basically everyone here in our little circle, we all have season tickets as well to the Monterey Bay Sirens, and they were playing their first ever match.
Yep.
Started off at home, and it was actually I just have to mention this because I didn't really catch on, and I whatever. It's the truth. We're all friends here. We can be honest with each other, right? I was there hanging out with somebody, and they were like, "This is pretty cool." It's like, why? There's optimism, and it makes sense. There's all
it's fresh.
Yeah,
it's fresh.
Exactly.
It's a new franchise, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's a new franchise. It's a new team. It's a new roster. So there is a feeling of optimism simply because they haven't done anything yet. They haven't done anything.
Exactly.
And that's unfortunately, even though we have a largely new roster for the men's team, because of our history over the last 4 years, there's a dogged persistence of hopefulness.
It's not like during men's matches that it's like a bad environment or
no,
anything,
not
or
at
that
all. I
people
mean,
have a
we're
lot
there
of faces, but we have taken a lot of shots over the last 5 years, and because this team is so fresh, and to be quite honest, because it's a women's team, it's a different, slightly different crowd, and more optimistic crowd, which was cool. It was fun. And
lots of young kids as well.
Yes,
exactly. That was another thing
that was so awesome.
Lots of families came out to watch the Sirens play, which was at the beginning of Monterey Bay back in 22. We saw that as well. We saw those first 2 seasons. We saw lots of families come out. So we are doing our best to bring all of that back, obviously. But we're seeing that feeling of optimism with the Sirens again. So,
and that was also cool to see that, because that's what you want. You don't want people kind of confused or wondering. No, everybody they knew the layout of the stadium. They were excited, and it was going to be a tough. Looking into Stockton Cargo was a really, really good team.
Yep. They led their division last year.
Yeah. So they made it all the way to the Western Conference Final.
There you go.
And they come in ranked 10th in I know power rankings. They're always, they're not the most accurate things, but they were ranked 10th in the power rankings in a league of 96 teams.
In a league of 96 teams.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Stockton
top 10%.
Yeah, and they're returning some really key players from last season. So it was gonna be a test, and it was I think the Sirens handled it pretty well. It ended up being a 1-1 draw. First goal in team history scored by Brianna Castleberry.
So Jen says it's more affordable for families. The tickets are, if you buy season tickets, that was $44 for the season ticket, which works out to be $11 per game. There will be 5 games, and we've talked about this before. There'll be 5 games at Cardinale Stadium. The 5th game is a doubleheader with the men's team. You will have to purchase that ticket separately if you only have season tickets to the Sirens. If you are a season ticket holder for the men's team as well, that is a free ticket, a free game for you, because you already have a ticket for the men's game. So, but yeah, I think we didn't watch it on TV. Obviously we had people who were watching, and it was sportsengineplay.net, I think is the streaming service that was showing the game. But the commentators were talking up that producer Mary was sending me messages during the match, and then also we talked over the weekend. The commentators are saying it's a party atmosphere, almost a carnival atmosphere here at Cardinale Stadium. But yet, if you're watching on TV, the cameras are facing the north side. And the north side stands were completely empty, because the ticket sales have been completely focused on the south side, because that's the side that's right under the press box. That's the side that has that's right behind the benches and everything. So it's unfortunate that the cameras are facing the pitch, facing the north side, because those tickets haven't been sold. That's not to say that they won't sell them. If there's enough interest in the Sirens, and we sell more tickets in that regard. Right now, I think they said the official attendance posted was 2,100.
Oh, wow.
Which means almost all of the south side was sold out. That's S2, S1 through S5. There were no seats, no tickets sold in the supporter section. There were obviously folks in the VIP section. You saw the owner was in the VIP area. Several family members were in the VIP area. I think 5 or 6 of the men's team also were in the VIP area and came to support the Sirens. But
Becky
also,
G was in
yes,
the
Becky
VIP.
G was also in the VIP area supporting the Sirens as well. So, but yeah, I mean, to have a near sellout, Mary said a packed stadium.
Yeah.
All I saw was empty seats.
Yeah.
Again,
Crazy.
you know, just because, unfortunately, because the camera is facing the north side and no tickets were sold for the north side, it looked like the stadium was empty. But yet, behind the camera, you know, almost every seat was full. So it was
should
interesting.
Do it like COVID, and where you could, like, let's say we'll donate $20 and you get like a fat head of you made, and then they put it in the north section.
If you paid $2, we'll print your face
Yeah.
your face on a stick, and we'll put the stick over on the other side.
Yeah, we'll give the money to charity or something.
Well, and it's funny because I think the camera that was being used, and I can't speak for this for sure, because if you looked up in the press box, the camera still had lenses on them, lens caps on them, so they weren't using the cameras up in the press box. They had one of the cameras up on the tripod.
Instagram.
Yeah, that you know, swivels. It's an AI camera that follows the action. I'm almost, you know, do we put the camera on the other side of the field so that at least you can see that the VO. Thank you, Jess. The VO camera, you know, and it's a whole pitch camera, and it follows the ball movement. It's fantastic for recording training sessions and that kind of thing, so that you can go back and review. But yeah, I just when the commentators are sitting there talking about, you know, a carnival atmosphere and packed stadium, you know, and you're looking at empty seats, it's kind of misleading. But you know, we had a great time. The people who were in the stadium were a great time. Jess said that she could definitely hear us. You know, the stadium was rocking. We were we were trying to come up with some cheers, some chants. You know, we're just sirens.
It's
you know,
literally 2 iPhones in a case. That is so interesting.
Well, the cameras are damn good.
Yeah.
Sometimes tracking the extra ball too. There you go. Yeah, Oz is looking at the VO Go right now. He just looked it up, and yeah, I mean, it's basically 2 iPhone Pros laying horizontally, you know, and recording. So
that's hilarious.
That's fantastic.
They're nice.
And it sits like, you know, 12 feet in the air. So all right, so yeah, the game was exciting to watch.
It was
end-to-end stuff.
Oh man, and yeah, it ended up being 1-1, but that goal, that the Stockton goal, was a golazo.
Yeah,
there was absolutely nothing the keeper could do other than being somehow standing in that corner that the girl tucked it up into. What a goal! And it was again, Brianna had a great match at number 11. Because now I'm seeing it. I'm like, because that number sticks out to me. That number, you know, so I'm like, all right, well, now I got to figure out who their names. Brianna, number 11, definitely stood out. I'm blanking on her name. I'll look it up. But number 21, Cadence. I know her first name was Cadence because that name, I was like, Candace? No, it's
that
Cadence.
sticks out to you.
Cadence, yeah. Because she was playing like Jeremy Doku, She had her foot on the touchline. She was so far on the edge, and she's just running by people as if they don't exist. And I mean, sometimes she ran so fast, she was like, oh wait, whoa, I gotta wait for my team to catch up. And yeah, 25.
Our 25 was also tenacious.
25, yeah. So anyway, I will get your name again.
Yeah, we are looking forward to you when on Instagram and on social media, when they announced the starting 11, they did have names with numbers. We're hoping that the website will also catch up there so that we can have more information available to us. And when Oz and I used to do the in-game announcements for MBFC 2 over at Rabobank for the first 2 seasons, you know, we got used to the names and numbers. Obviously the numbers were on the backs of the jerseys, but the names weren't. But we we got used to their numbers because they wore the same numbers all season long. So, Kummerling was number 7. We knew that. Miggy Guerrero was number 10. That was obvious. Hugo Vargas Rios was number 8. We knew that. So, you get used to that. So Castleberry is 11. We know that. So we'll get better at it. And it was only the first game. We've got 4 more games to go. So we'll get better at it. But it was a lot of fun to watch. And so there were some people who, as we were leaving the stadium, were all like, it wasn't a win. But you know what? It was a great game to watch. And like you said, nothing, you can't take anything away from the Stockton goal. That was a phenomenal goal. And it was an entertaining match. And it was our first match for the Sirens. And that was to walk away from the first match, and it was a non-loss.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take that all day long. You got to remember our inaugural match in 22 was on the road. The first 7 matches were on the road, and we lost 6 of the first 7. Our first win came on the 3rd game against Oakland. So, it takes time, but this was our first match, and it was at home, and we walked away, with a 1-1 draw. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from that. I thought it was great. I congratulated the coach afterwards and said, what a start. And she said, it's a start. It was, something to build on. So yeah, we're looking up at the USLW 20 page right now.
25 is Jessica Halliday.
Yep. Jessica Halliday is number 25.
So yeah, I guess when I get there.
The number I remember number 14 on Stockton was also somebody to watch.
And I'm looking at their name. LaRue. That's a good last name to have. You're gonna play soccer.
I wonder if there's any relation to right. Natalia LaRue. Are you related to Bo LaRue? It's possible. I have to look.
Or Sydney.
Or Sydney LaRue. I don't know. So all right. So
and also this date this I don't mean to call out any woman's age for sure.
No,
but
that's wrong.
47-year-old player?
No, that's wrong.
I mean, if Andrea Cervantes must be in the best shape.
No, Andrea Cervantes was not born in 1979, but yeah, that's what
Probably
the USLW page says.
Might be 97, right?
97. No, 97 would still be
even 97.
97 would be 29 years old. No,
09, date of birth 09, 09, 06, 08, 04, 06.
Well, wait a minute. But Oz, wait a minute. For MBFC2, remember this is semi-pro, guys. So we're talking college students.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So how old was Fabian, the goalkeeper for MBFC2?
Not us.
Yeah. Wasn't he like 29?
Yeah, he was.
And Willie Miranda. How old was Willie Miranda?
I mean, look at that dude looked that devil was not 18.
So, there's a possibility that we've got a 29-year-old playing. Andrea Cervantes could be 29. So it could be 97 and not 79, but I do not believe a 49-year-old player is out there playing. That I don't believe. 29 I can believe. 49 I don't believe.
Yeah,
But do you remember the tryouts for MBFC2 last 2 years ago? Remember there was I can't remember if he was Russian or Polish. Remember the goalkeeper that was out there? And he spoke no English, and his dad was his translator and his coach, but he was 40 years old, and he was out there trying out for the team, and he was a phenomenal goalkeeper. He looked really good, but, he was also 49 years old. 40 years old.
It was like in bench warmers where you just had a piece of paper that says, I am 12.
So anyway, again, it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward very much to the next game, which is, when is the next game?
May 17th.
And where is it?
In Marin.
This is where it gets goofy. This is where it gets, thankfully, we don't play them at Cardinale Stadium.
Oh, no.
Do we?
I don't. No, because there's only 5. It's not home and home. Okay.
Right. So we play Marin FC at Marin, and Marin FC is also known as
The
Sirens. So yeah, it's Sirens v Sirens.
Dude, so if you are a sailor, do not get on your boat that day. Stay away from Marin.
Keep your boat moored wherever it's moored.
Yeah.
Stay away from it. Do not get on the boat. Do not go anywhere where they could be playing. Well, stay.
There's just gonna be a pile of boats on the coast, and people are like, I don't think we thought this through.
At the same time, for us, we were trying to come up with simple chants that people could remember really easy. I mean, I was walking around the stadium before going, okay, when I say we are, you say, and some people who go, Union. I'm like, no, we're not the Union tonight. Oh, Sirens. Yeah. So, and then we got, the Let's Go Sirens. And then we did, MB Sirens, that kind of stuff. But, if we go up to Marin, we can't go Let's Go Sirens because you're doing it for both teams.
Yeah.
It's just kind of screwy. So, yeah. But yeah, their next match is this coming weekend or this Friday, right? Is that right?
Friday the 17th?
Yep. Friday's the 17th.
No, because it's the 12th today. So Saturday.
So we play. When do we play Boise? On the 18th? No, Saturday the 16th. So Sunday. They play the 17th. Sorry, Sunday. Sunday. Sorry, guys.
Marin. So
Colin in the comments on YouTube puts a siren like on the top of a police car, and then versus siren as in a mermaid.
Wee 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 wee.
That's great.
Like a cop car.
So, all right, Ollie the Child is joined over on Instagram. Hello, Ollie. Good to see you. I am Little Bro, also joined over on Instagram. Hello, I am Little Bro. Anything for Salinas.pod also joined. Terry Miranda, hello. So thank you all for joining over on Instagram. Well, the people did join. There's Bree Marie Slama. Hey, Bree. Thank you for joining.
Is she one of our players?
No.
Oh, no. Brianna Castleberry.
Brianna Castleberry is our goal scorer for last Saturday. So, all right. What else we got, Oz? We got 18 minutes left.
I
can see you better over here. That's true. Yeah, if we have to sit really close together, and we have to bring our microphones closer over here on Instagram.
Can you just change your username at will? Why does everybody have like 16 usernames on here? Jess every week. Jess is a different name. Annie and Joey are different.
On YouTube, she's Jess Shine Baby. Over on Instagram, she's Spaceship Mommy. That's just the way it goes. So
I could have swore it was. Oh, Yamamoto also had a great match.
Yamamoto had a great match.
Yeah, she was all over. Yeah, we're getting people migrating over to the YouTube. Is much more.
Uli says, came to the YouTube. LOL. Sorry, I missed the beginning. Happy birthday, awesome.
Thank you. Thanks again.
Hey, there's Matt. Is Matt joined over on Instagram? Jay Perez also joined over on Instagram. Hello, fellas. Good to see you. So Saturday is going to be a busy day. They kick off Saturday, at 6:00, and then Sunday the Sirens play. And I assume we'll be able to watch it on sportsengineplay.net again. I'm hoping that we'll be able to watch.
Netscape.
It is a free service. You do have to create an account though. So you have to go to sportsengineplay, all one word, .net, and then create an account, and then you'll be able to watch the Sirens play. So on any browser. And then if you're watching on a mobile device or whatnot, and you can cast it on your TV, you'll be able to watch it on the big screen. So
and if you're concerned about getting spam or anything, if you use Gmail to sign up, you could just put a period anywhere in your username, and it will send the email to that one, and it'll stay out of your inbox. You know that?
What?
Because like my Gmail is baldo.lucero@gmail. I could put baldo.lucero@gmail, and it'll still accept it, but it'll direct it to a new inbox.
And you never check it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you use for your spam stuff. and you just you could put a period anywhere in your Gmail
I did not know
username. Yeah, and it just directs it to
Huh.
another email that you ignore.
Esther says, let's not have any Netscape shaming. Jess said she didn't have to log in for sportsengineplay.net. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Jess.
Okay, that's good. You don't get
someone was asking me in the stadium, and I pulled my phone out and went to the Monterey Bay app and then clicked on the link, and then all of a sudden I clicked on the link and another women's game was already showing, and I don't remember which one it was, and I was busy at the time and I didn't have a chance to show the person what we were doing, but I was able to show them the web page to go to. So thank you.
Like, that's good that you didn't have to log in, because it just it's like, again, when City plays on USA Network, I have to use like 30-minute free previews at Telemundo. I have to delete my cookies and use a different network, and I have to do all this weird stuff just to, even though I pay.
Hey, Lysander is also over on Instagram. If you guys haven't checked out Lysander's page, MBFC_kits, go check out Lysander's kit design page, let's call it. All last season, for every win and for every draw, he designed a new kit. And he has been, he was doing some work last year. He was doing some, if I remember right, he was doing some political campaigns a couple of years ago, and he was also doing an internship, I want to say at Nike. But he was busy last year, so he got behind. And then of course, we went on a losing streak for a while, so he didn't have a chance to create any new kits. So he's been designing some kits, but the one that he just put out last week for he put one out for the win over Oakland, and it was a Napa Valley kit. It was, you got to go look at it, because I think it was the Vino kit or whatever, but it was lime green and deep purple, which just happened to be my two favorite colors. But it's badass. You got to go look at it. So Juan the Don has also joined. There you go. But again, that's MBFC_kits. Go check out Lysander's design page there. Santa Lucia. Thank you. I'll call him the Santa Lucia kit is what it was called. So there you go.
Because that's the AVA, right? The Santa Lucia Highlands.
Yep, there you go.
I don't know what AVA actually. The V is probably Vintners.
Vintners. You got to put the N in there. Vintners. So okay. What else? Oz?
What did I have? I had something looked up here that I had nothing. I got nothing.
If you're a Quakes fan, they're having a hell of a season so far.
Well, and that's another thing that I keep mentioning, and it's tough because it's just so long thing, with the signing of Cavello.
Yep.
And be like, if you look at the Quake success, it's not because they went the Galaxy route, losers, of just signing, DPs and hoping that they just, the one player magically, pulls them along. Yes, they have Timo Werner, but that's it. Their other DP slots are unused. That's a designated player, basically one that he doesn't count on the salary, so you could pay him a ridiculous amount.
Colin is mourning that the Quakes have Usemi Buddha.
Once again,
it didn't work out for us.
You come here, you might not have success here, but you're set up for future success because you came through here. I don't know how that works.
Once you leave Monterey Bay, for some reason, you take off.
Yeah, so that's a selling point. It's probably not the best one.
I.e., Anthony Siaha, Carlos Herrera,
Usemi Buddha. Yeah, and
those are Sam Gleedle. Those guys, the guys who are still playing. James Murphy, who's at Loudon. Nico Campazano, who of course is at the Riverhounds. Trying to think of who else. Maury Donor up in the Canadian Premier League in Vancouver.
Man,
I'm trying to think of who else is still playing that we know of. I don't know where Grant Robinson was. He was on a short-term contract at Loudon, but apparently he wasn't picked up because he's not on the roster. I'm trying to think of who else. Max Glasser just retired from FC Naples at the age of 25.
I wondering that because again, I saw the Marin.
Even Chase Boone went and recovered from a serious knee injury and got some playing time with the Riverhounds last year and won a championship. There you go.
Wasn't he supposed to be on the show today? Disappointed.
Hey, we haven't got anything from Chase. It was fun having him on the show last week. That was fun. Yeah. Then there's Moby Fair, who's playing in the Baller League down in Miami, and he's on the Midnight Wizards, and that team is owned by none other than Brazilian legend Ronaldinho.
That is wow.
So if you haven't checked that out, it's Baller League. I think it's just Ballers or Baller with no S League. But yeah, Moby Fair is playing, yes, and he is doing really well down there, scoring some cracker goals too. I want to say, isn't it like 5 aside, and it's 6 aside, and is it indoor?
Yeah, it's an indoor 6-a-side football competition that originated in Germany, created by entrepreneur Felix Stark.
Okay,
with backing professional footballers Mats Hummels and Lukas Podolski.
I know who both of those guys are. Yep, German internationals. So,
yeah, that must be fun.
Yeah.
So yes. So anyway, if you're wondering,
Jeff says the rules are wild.
It's not Omega Ball. It's not quite Omega Ball.
Matt, did I say cracker goals? He's scored some crackers. Some cracker. Yeah. Yes. If you've watched any Premier League, you've scored a cracker. Yes. Yeah. A corker. I've also heard corker. Golazzo. Yeah. It's a euphemism. Not like that. Not like that. I know you're laughing.
I still want to know more about these Etsy witches. What does that mean? Is it just, are there women on Etsy? Or, there could be dude witches, I'm assuming.
I think we need an Etsy witch for the stadium.
But, can you hire them to?
Is it like Fiverr?
Yeah.
Where you go on Etsy.
And vex them and vex them.
And you say, I want to hire you to come and sage our stadium to lift the curse.
Yeah, I'm curious. I know I'm
maybe
joking, but they bring it up constantly. I'm like, I don't understand. That part of Etsy is
okay. So you're gonna have to come to the Brass Tap early on Sunday morning, and
I'm
sit
not
down
early on Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Okay,
I knew you were gonna go there. But no, you gotta ask the PG witches what's up. Only the Secretary of the Navy knows that, Colin.
That was the cool thing, though. I did learn that from that dude's commentary, that Lover's Point used to be called Lover of God. That makes sense because it was PG, super religious area. How it was founded.
It was.
It was called Lovers of God, Lover of God Point. That's interesting.
Yes.
Because again,
Lovers of God became Lovers Point. That's correct.
Yeah, yes. It's California. You can't be doing that God thing around here.
Well, it became an artist commune that was, inhabited by Esther. I just got a text message. I just got a text message from Esther.
How do I know that that's not why my life is struggling? There might be someone doing some. That's exactly the
same day custom spells from Etsy. Etsy witch, tailored ritual, real witch protection, fast acting, real manifest, and you get a PDF report. Is that what you want?
Why are they using AI lady for the witch? Everything is AI now. Well, what, dude? I'm about to get married. I'm gonna get me the premium package, $49.99. Find me a wife, Etsy witch.
For 3 easy payments of $9.99. Easy like Sunday morning payments of $9.99. There you go. I'll bring my eggs and give you Olympia. Oh man,
you gotta rub it.
All right, here we go. The comment section is taking off. I'm gonna say a word and see where it goes. Goose, and see where it goes. All right. Jay Perez over on Instagram says the kits on MBFC kits look incredible. You're absolutely right, Jay.
He does such a great job.
And I have recommended him to every GM that I have spoken to from every club that I've spoken to. I've mentioned it to guys in in the OC. I've mentioned it to guys in Oakland. I've said, if you are looking for a kit designer, you got to go check this guy's Instagram page out and get in touch with him. I have talked up Lysander to anybody who will listen. So,
and this, are there websites? I mean, you don't know every website, but are there websites out there? Like, could I send a website his image and they would print that on an actual jersey?
So
could I go to Charlie?
I would love to have you know what? We should have Lysander on sometime.
He's a very interesting person.
So because I'm trying to remember, it wasn't for his capstone project for college, but while he was in college, he designed a California league, a soccer league for cities in California, and every city had its own kit, had its own history,
crazy.
And it was nuts. And then he designed one, and I want to say Olive in York. There's a website, a company called Olive in York, where you can work with them to design a kit, and they will do the actual production of the kit, and you can sell those kits, and the proceeds for those kits can be put towards a charity or for a fundraiser or something like that. Like when Grant Wall passed away, Olive in York worked with his widow to produce a memorial kit for him. And all of the proceeds went to his favorite charity. So,
that's cool.
But yeah, Lysander and I have actually talked about, I have several Olive in York kits. Lysander and I have actually talked about producing one of the kits that he designed last year. That's near and dear to my heart. I think it was the Fog Dog kit that he produced. I liked it a lot because the colors of Superfan Dan's hat are in the sleeve detail. He and I are talking about it. Lysander and I are talking about designing a kit and producing it, and we don't know where we're going to do that, what we're going to do with it. Derek, if you're still listening, maybe that's something we could talk about too. So, with lots of things to talk about there, but I want to do something like that, and there's money to be donated to charity. So
we have an entertainment culture, not a winning culture. I love it. That I'm assuming that's he's talking about.
Juan the Don, your comment over on Instagram. It's our culture. We are more
we have fun.
On an entertainment culture than a winning culture. I don't think we're cursed, honestly. We have a talented roster. Yeah. I think we're still working on the jigsaw puzzle. I think we're looking to put together the right formation with the right pieces on the pitch at the same time to make magic.
It is just, I mean, has anybody checked on Noah? The dude's a Giants fan. He's a Wolves fan, and he's following MBFC. Can we do a wellness check on Noah?
Well, his semester should be done here pretty quick. I mean, well, not semesters. He was on quarters, so he should be done here pretty quick. I would assume we'll see him at, a PL morning, either this weekend or next weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. He
just needs a hug. He really needs a hug.
I think he's a Chicago regular now. He's just always he's just
since he's in Chicago, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's in a dive bar. He's just angry in a corner.
And he is 21.
Drinking a Malort, eating a hot dog.
Just ingesting sport peppers over and over and over again.
Just like just pouring old style on top of them to cool down.
All right. So we're at the hour mark. We'll just remind everybody we'll be here again next week.
Win or lose.
This coming Saturday, Monterey Bay travels to Boise, Idaho. And if you're a Roger Klein and the Peacemakers fan or refreshments, a fan of the refreshments, you might remember Boise, Idaho from the song Interstate, off of Fizzy Fuzzy Big and Buzzy. Boise, Idaho, Prinks Tire Company Cup kickoff for us out here on the West Coast is 6 p.m. on Saturday. If you are interested in watching it with the group, come on over to the Brass Tap in Marina or XL Public House over here in Salinas. We'll be doing watch parties in both locations. And on Sunday, the Monterey Bay Sirens travel to Marin County to play the Sirens of Marin County, Marin FC, and hopefully we'll be able to watch that on sportsengineplay.net. So, and I thank all of you. We thank all of you for tuning in, both on YouTube and Instagram. And as always, thank you for your support. Thank you to Rising Phoenix down there in King City, 320 Broadway. And thanks, as always, to Derek's Designs. And we'll just put that up again there. Again, where's our media assets? Boom. There's Derek's Designs. If you're interested in going and looking at not only the drop-in merch, but then you can also go and look at all the other stuff. Again, NFL, NHL, EPL, you name it. He's got stuff. If you like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, you go find all kinds of good, groovy, bespoke merchandise there. But just freeze frame there and use the QR code to go look at it. Freeze frame. Okay. Back to comments. Happy birthday, Oz, says Jess.
Thank you.
Yes. Again, happy birthday, Oz. And again, happy belated Mother's Day to all of our footy moms out there. And
lucky for us Mexicans that both Mother's Days fell on Sunday, because usually you have to do, again, one on the 10th and one on Sunday. This year, the 10th was on Sunday.
Boom.
So only one gift for Madre this year.
There you go. All right. Jess just called you out, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it up on the screen. She just called you cheap. All right, there you go. All right. With that, thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks everybody for all you do for the drop in.
Yeah, thank you guys for keep tuning in.
And Colin, if you're still watching, you know where to find us in about 10 minutes. That's where we're going after this. So, all right. We'll talk to you guys later. Say goodnight, Oz.
Good night, Oz.